Bro, let's be real, dog. His name is on the manga. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Another fun fact, Ichi the Witch is doing so good. How good Ichi the Witch is doing, dog. Even though it seems like in the online discourse, it seems like, at least over here in the West, it's not really doing all too crazy. But this is like, what? We are 24? I can literally just scroll down and check. Let me just scroll down and check. 25. We are 25 chapters deep. And this is like its fifth cover page, color cover page. And also it is the headliner for Shonen Jump. Like it is the first chapter that pops up when you go to Viz's website. And also it is the banner. We have the World Hater Majik and Ichi both with, it's a beautiful drawing, by the way. Once again, I'm telling you, like low key, it feels so crazy saying it. It feels so crazy saying it, but I honestly believe the art of Ichi the Witch, it's low-key the best thing in there next to Boichi, because Boichi's back. Boichi just had to fall from the heavens, dog. And I love Martial King, don't get me wrong, but you just had to fall from the heavens to knock Ichi the Witch down a slot. But overall, like, the art for Ichi the Witch is fantastic, the character is fantastic, the story is fantastic, the world is fantastic, and it's doing fantastic, and I'm so... Okay, as you can tell, I had a good night's sleep last night, and I already did the gym today. I just need to do like my walk later. So I'm in good shape to do some good recording. So let's not waste any more time, and let's hop right into chapter 25 of Ichi the Witch, which is known as, it's on this first page. So let's hop into it. Oh, dear Master Shirobadona, I'm writing my Team Descara's report. Aww. Actually, you know what? Once again, there are a couple things I'm hoping for from Ichi the Witch. One, I'm hoping we do actually get to see Descara's fight one day. I get why Urana said not. Whoa! I still need to record Gachikuda. Shoot, I'm gonna add that to Reddit. So I have six. No, I still keep forgetting to review Boruto. Gosh, I need to catch up on Boruto. There's the new Dragon Ball chapter that came out. I need to review those two things. Darn, I got a decent chunk of recording to do that. And plus, I still want to do some live reactions, and I'm gonna finally start recording some of the versus battles I've written. So like, I have a very busy day ahead of me. But with that being the case, one of the things I do want from Ichi the Witch is obviously Descara's fighting, but I get why narratively it's a little bit too soon to show that, considering she's the peak of the verse, presumably alongside the World Hater Majik. So showing off their abilities this early would kind of power creep the series a little bit too much. We got a hint. We'll take what I can take. We'll take what I can get. I love Descara's anyway. She's so fun. But regardless, the second thing I want to see Kamugi get a little bit more relevance, and I'm happy she's writing the report. And I do like how her quote-unquote art style is being portrayed in comparison to Descara's, which is still like fine, but clearly you can tell one has spent their entire life hunting Majiks, the other has spent their entire life writing reports, and that's why her report here is a lot seemingly more formal. Dear Master Shirobadona, all bada bing, bada boom. It's not just Descara telling stories about herself and her team, it is Kamugi relaying like essentially the factual events of the situation, which is good. And thusly, I do want to see more of Kamugi becoming her own character. Maybe not a viable combat character. I do get we already have two of those. We have Descara's, the strongest in the verse at the moment, and we have Ichi, who's on track, or not on track, but he's probably training to become one of, if not the strongest in the verse, to fight the World Hater Majik. So clearly we already do have two very viable combat characters, but I do want to see Kamugi capture a Majik. Clearly, all the way back in like chapter 4 or 5, when we were first introduced to Kamugi's backstory, she doesn't really have many expectations for her. She's clearly the less viable of her crew. She was slapped on here just to be the report writer because no one expected anything of her. So I'm hoping, especially with her connections to Master Shirobadona, who, while not necessarily powerful in the same way that Descara's or Toge's is powerful, is clearly well regarded and well respected. I hope in some way, shape, or form Kamugi gets more time, more flex, more rise. Because I want everyone in the main trio to be valid. Not just the main two, but overall, that's nice. Let's see. Let's begin with Ichi the Witch. He acquired Ururo, the King Majik, and became the world's first male witch, which is still absurd. Honestly, and that's the thing, I like Gokuraku so far. I actually really like Gokuraku so far, from his design to his personality to his fighting style. Like, I like everything about Gokuraku so far. But I was low-key hoping that maybe, just maybe, like, men wouldn't be able to find any way to use magic tools. But since he's a scientist, experiments are what he does. Yes. Or experiments were done to him. Once again, I wouldn't be shocked if it's revealed that Gokuraku is more so a Frankenstein-esque experiment, and I'm not talking about the monster. Or actually no, I am talking about the monster. He's more like a Frankenstein's monster style experiment where other people, possibly other witches, or whoever was running an organization of witches, were trying to make an anti-Majik human. And thusly he was captured or raised and forced into that role rather than just doing it himself. Either way, I'm fine with it. I think the doing it to himself angle is a good angle to go with. It's not a bad one. I actually kind of like it. Because once again, it goes to show how desperate men and pretty much anyone in this universe would be to become powerful and be able to stop Majiks, considering they are the other sentient and extremely dangerous species. But on top of that, I would kind of like him to be... But then again, that's the thing I like about Ichi the Witch so much. The world building of the series is fantastic. 25 chapters deep, and I already have so many different questions about this very well fleshed out world. So I do actually kind of want to know, is there an entire organization out there trying to make multiple Gokurakus? Or is Gokuraku an entirely unique being and experience? Oh no, it's interesting. The world's first male witch. He received to hunt and acquire the Raiko Majik, Inazuri, and the Hisame Majik, Ururashi. Finally! We never, okay, unless I'm tweaking, and feel free to correct me, because I know, thankfully I do have, I'm so glad I'm not alone on, like, liking Ichi the Witch. I'm glad that there are people who are, like, also just like me, itching and scratching every single week, and, like to watch my reviews, trust me. It makes a man happy, make a grown man cry. But, with that being the case, we never got the Hisame Majik's name, didn't we? Like, I could never call it Inazuri, and notably, that's what Ichi chanted every single time he went to use Inazuri, which is his most used spell so far. But, oh, Ururashi, I guess technically we did. Because we saw him use it, right? He used the Ururashi, the enhanced version of it, in fact, against the World Hated Majik. So I guess technically that was the name drop for it, but it just completely slipped my mind. I was like, oh, it's just a spell. But the spell for the Isame Majik, the incantation is its name, essentially. The Raiko Majik, Inazuri, and the Isame Majik, Ururashi, in short order. The other day, during the Hoitaka incident, he even engaged in battle with the World Hated Majik itself, saving the village from being warped out. Wait a minute. Okay, technically, wait a minute, I would, now, of course, this is a bit of your boy's Deskura's by sliding in there, like Loki rolling in there, but I'd say Deskura's more so stopped it. Deskura's and Togai's. Ichi stalled, and, like, slowed it down for 2 seconds, and nearly died. Like, I wouldn't say, I mean, obviously, Ichi's interference there definitely did help, but I wouldn't say he saved the village from being warped out. He had to be saved himself by Deskura's, and Deskura's had to literally beat the taste out of the World Hated Majik so badly, and then gank him with Togai so badly, the World Hated Majik was like, okay, y'all are too cinema. Deuce it. Like, dip out of there. So I wouldn't give all the glaze to Ichi for that one. But of course, you know, I'm biased towards Deskura's. That's oh, I'm gonna stop. Let's see. No! I keep doing this. Wait. Okay, so much color too. Wait, this is 28 pages? Cinema! We're eating deliciously! Let's see. I'm sorry. And then who could forget the lauded, most powerful witch in the world, Master Deskura's, the Abyssal Witch, making tactical use of her vast array of skills and spells, and with the aid of Master Togai, she forced the World Hated Majik into— Okay. So Komugi's glazing her boy on, like, the initial stalling of him, but she does give absolute and amazing credit to my glorious Queen Des. Interesting. She has golden eyes, but then a light purple and I like this coloring too. You know what though? I'll admit, I guess in comparison to, like, the regular color pages that they do, because their regular color pages so far have been absolutely absurd, and even the cover art that was used for the overarching thing. But my thing here, I actually do like this coloring style, but it is very flat. Notably, and then what I mean by flat, it is literally, except actually no, because this is a gradient. Like, it's white that fades into a grayish white, and then Komugi's hair is a gradient. So I guess it's just a different... Why? Okay. Now, of course, this is a me thing. I'm an artist who hates coloring. I know that sounds absolutely... I am literally... that's why if I were to ever become an artist, I'd become a manga artist, because I don't have to color it 9 out of 10 times. Or B, I'd become a comic artist, where colorist is a separate job, because I hate color. I don't know why. It is so boring to me. That's why I like digital art, because I can just drag, drop, and then, like, go in with fine details with, like, a low opacity white or low opacity black, and then, like, adjust the coloring and shading however I need to. But in terms of, like, actual coloring, I despise it. But I do respect it, and I always get blown away whenever artists just flex that, oh yeah, by the way, I could do extremely high rendering, which is typically every other version of Ichi the Witch colored art that we've seen from... Why do I keep it's Osamu Nishi-sensei is the writer or the artist? Is the writer or the artist? I feel like what I consistently do, I, like, take their names and fuse them together. I'm sorry, but the artist for Ichi the Witch, who I will get their name down, I promise. I know it's 25 chapters deep, but I still don't have their name down. I am horrible with names, but I do respect the flex. Even if it makes me hurt as an artist, because, like, darn. So you're showing off on me, right? Because we've seen their high rendering. This is like their mid rendering, where there definitely is the use of gradients here. Like you can even see it in Descartes' amazing Majik design here. And even the pattern work is immaculate. And you know what? Hold on, extra bit of glaze here. Notice how the pattern doesn't just flow across the hand. It actually is like a genuinely drawn pattern that like folds and moves with the fingers. Something I've noticed that's typical in manga, and there's even in fact, I'm not sure if the manga's getting updated anymore. It's lighting one up behind the supermarket. You know, your boy. I don't cover romance manga on the channel, but I do love me a good romance manga. But they do a thing that's common in manga where typically a pattern will just be like a brush. Because a lot of manga styles usually nowadays, like you can still do physical manga then just scan it, but like most people do digital art nowadays. But since that's the case, you just make a brush of a pattern and then you just do it. But because of that, it doesn't typically follow the folds of the clothes and stuff like that, or the folds of fingers, if it's like a pattern or as a design or tattoo on a character. But no, because the Ichi the Witch mangaka is actually legitimately insane, they went out of their way to individually draw this pattern. And individually draw this pattern. And individually draw this. Like, I don't know. As a person who, actually I haven't drawn Ichi the Witch in a little bit, I've been feeling oddly nostalgic recently. I don't know why. I've been thinking of like writing a video for another channel on it. I've been feeling oddly like nostalgic for Ben 10, so I've been drawing a whole bunch of that recently. I haven't drawn Ichi the Witch in a little bit, but it's why whenever I do draw Ichi the Witch and I like go to replicate everything because I try to like activate my Sharingan and take every last bit of detail, I always get gobsmacked and I'm like, why? How do you do this? Why do you do this? Every week, like what's wrong? Like not even what is wrong with you. I do get it. They mostly do have some assistance, but like still, the level of detail that goes into these character designs, you will not notice initially upon reading, but if you ever go to replicate them yourself, because I do know there are fellow artists and sketch artists who use other people as references in my comments, you will realize the insane amount of detail that goes into this manga, and it's why I glaze it as like literally the best drawn manga currently, next to Boichi, is Boichi's Martial King, because Boichi isn't human. But let's see. Master Descartes, the Abyssal Witch, and with the aid of Master Togai, she forced the world hater Majik into a retreat. Clumsy eyes. But you know what? I respect the dynamic between Descartes and Togais, because like, if you can't insult and tease your homie, is they really your homie though? Is they really the most devious and diabolical insults I personally have ever experienced have come from my homie or homies? It's because when you know somebody better, you can insult them better. Like, oh, you make a stereotypical joke just based on someone's appearance. That's lazy. That's basic. Anyone can do that on sight. But you reference one of my deep character flaws and then build it into a stereotypical aspect of me. Okay. I wasn't familiar with your game. Let's see. Yo, why did the design so... They're peak. Yo, Gokuraku. Once again, it's interesting, the lack of detailing. Okay, was this a mistake? Unless it's meant to be implied, this... I do wonder... Oh, is that meant to be some of the Majiks? No, because it's the same blue as their hair. I do wonder, how was this colored? I mean, sometimes it could be a fly on the wall. How is this colored? Because it looks like... Well, actually, no. Considering it's on both sides, this may be like a design built into his back. Because we know he has the ice spikes running down his back. So actually, this is probably all intentional. Because the mangaka is absolutely absurd. Presently, we're dealing with an unexpected encounter. Gokuraku the Brutalizer, designated a dangerous person by the Mental Witches Association. We happen across him torturing a Majik. Believe it or not, he kidnapped Ichi and escaped. We have to find him. Fast! Ichi, please be okay. And that is all for my report. So wait, is she writing this like right now? I mean, it is nighttime. At least the last chapter ended off on nighttime. So I guess she is generally just flexing and writing this out and sending it back. Meanwhile, Tesco's making a peace sign. Kabuki's crying over him. Man, my heart, bro, my heart. Once again, Gokuraku is a fantastic design. The only thing I'd say is actually kind of interesting, at least for this color. And even no, I'd say Gokuraku, from what I remember, how he was drawn in the last chapter. I'm kind of just with how much detail is like just in Descartes' outfit. I was actually expecting a little bit more detail of musculature on Gokuraku and more detailing on his shirt. And like his general design. His pants are well designed and they have all the typical folds of the Ichi the Witch style. Like notably, what I mean the typical folds, if you've ever worn baggy clothing before, or even like clothing that does have like the puffy sleeves, you'll notice it has all those bends and clothes and molds to it. And the Ichi the Witch art style takes advantage of that fantastically to display detail. You see it here in Kamugi's clothes, you see it in Descartes' outfit, you see it in Gokuraku's pants. And I guess but since this is a skin tight shirt, I was expecting to see like more of his musculature through it. And possibly even a slight impression of the back spikes. Of course, they're covered here by his hair, but still, you could see hypothetical indentations here that could be highlighted by like white lines here, or just more general musculature. He has the build of muscle. In fact, you know what? Ironically enough, I can say this now because I'm a little bit slimmer. But Gokuraku essentially has my issue. Where like you can, or he's drawn as if he has my issue. Where like you see how there might like clearly the muscle is larger, it is there, it is defined, but like it's barely defined. Like you can see essence of bicep, you can see essence of tricep, you can see essence of forearm, but like it's not as well defined. If you've ever seen someone who's super vascular, I'm thinking of my dad right now, but if you've ever seen someone super vascular, when they flex, you can see like every indentation of their muscle. And that's what you're both trying to get to. But at the same time, Gokuraku doesn't have that. And that may just be a design choice. Because once again, if there's ever anything artistically that stands out to me in the ichithewitch manga, I'm not ever going to say, oh, it's a skill issue. Because clearly, skill is not an issue. But let's see that. That's crazy. 3 whole color pages? Of course, it's recap mostly. But still, fantastic color pages, fantastic design work. And I do like how each major character of what is presumably going to be our 4-man band, except for, unfortunately, Komugi herself, kind of gets their own little section to it, and even our main antagonist does. But we do get 3 mini Komugis. We get Ichi in a big major form in the center of the page, Descaras, big major form in the center of the page, and then Gokuraku, big major form center of the page. So our 3 combatant types of the 4-man band. I guess it technically is a 5-man band because of Uro, but I find it hard to include Uro as part of the 5-man band. But then, let me see, maybe the 4th page will have... Why are we flexing? Why are we flexing? Stop. Like it's like they specifically sent me glazing. They must have heard me from across the ocean, translated the language and everything, and specifically were like, okay, this guy, he likes the artwork, huh? Oh, he likes the artwork. Oh, well, we can make the artwork, and they made the art. What on earth? Stop flexing on me, gosh darn it! I just turned the page, but I was wondering, like, is Komugi gonna get her own major center page? But no, the 3 major combatants get their own center page color. But then they just decided to super flex on me. Look at this. That is a very interesting hair split choice, though. I wonder if this is kind of like spoilers for Fire Emblem 3 Houses, which recently became 5 years old, which is crazy because I remember buying that game at GameStop, and I literally had to buy a digital copy of the game because the actual physical orders of the game were all gone at the GameStop I went to. But there are characters in that game that are experimented on, and thusly their hair lost all its pigmentation. They didn't necessarily become albino, quote unquote. Their eye color stayed the same, but their hair just completely lost all color. So I wonder if that's partially the case here, where the blue is meant to match the icy back spikes that Gokuraku has, and this is actually traditional hair color because the split is a little bit weird. But still, I do like the design overall. And man, and this is what I was talking about, the flat coloring versus the high rendering. So if you'll notice, in fact, the perfect example is right here, page to page. I'll just use Gokuraku. You can see here that his outfit is very well defined, and actually interesting. In this color page is black, but here it's blue. But essentially, look at all the different, you can tell that this is where his pectoral is, you can see the definition in his neck, all the different shadings, stuff like that. This is what we would call, or at least I think, once again, I'm not a professionally trained artist, any of my professionally trained artists in the comments, please correct me. This is what we would call high tier rendering, where you go in as deeply as possible, you take the lights, you take the blacks, that sounds so bad, okay, you essentially, what I do, and I don't know if this is correct, once again, I'm not traditionally trained, but typically whenever I go to do my shading in Procreate, which is my digital art form of choice, or digital art app of choice, I'll typically take I'll do the traditional coloring of everything, so my avatars, for example, and then I will go through with a low opacity black and a low opacity white to add shine where light is reflecting and shadow where light is not able to reach. And that's what's done here. That's what's called rendering, I do believe. And notably, most of this is flatly rendered, but at the same time, you can definitely tell it's not entirely. And that's why I'm so interested by this art style, because there is still the use of gradients, from Descartes' eyes to her outfit to Komugi's hair to even his hair. Like there is levels here. So this isn't even like completely flat coloring. There still is gradient usage here, but this is like the complete version of it, from the different ways the light reflects off of, to the different levels of definition you can see in the outfits, to the different levels of shading. Like, this is absurd. This is absurd. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Don't take me saying it's absurd. It's about that. It's absolutely gorgeous. But I'm literally 20 minutes into this review, and I haven't even gotten to the contents of the chapter yet. Ichi the Witch. Oh, okay. So at least she got a major part of the clip. Yeah, that's good. But oh, chapter 25. 25th Hunt, The Joyous Country. story by Osamu Nishi. So Osamu Nishi Sensei is the story. Shiro Uzuzaki. Shiro Uzuzaki. If I could like take a vat of like icing and glaze you with it, I would. I would take a whole vat of what they put on glazed donut and just pour it over you. Because your art is genuinely insane. Like, genuinely insane. I heard what happened was they had another series that they were doing, but it got canceled because the writer of that series was actually not of the best of people. At least if I've heard that right. So, to see this, just to see them be able to flex like this and show it, it makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. I hope, well then again, I'll just take them working on this. Make this a long running series. Make it as long as One Piece. I don't care. Just to consume more of this art. But let's see. Chapter 25, The Joyous Country. Ichi, the witch. Oh. Kill the kid and I'll be free. Then you can inquire me for yourself. Well, technically? But like, would you be... That's the thing I do wonder for Uro. Would you be released at full power? I mean, presumably. I guess he's had all this time to recover. So I guess there is like no real reason why he couldn't come back at full power. And then he'd probably just leave. He'd either viciously... No, he'd leave. You know why he'd leave? Because not one, Ichi's still there. 2, Gokuraku actually is there and has proven somewhat powerful. And 3, the moment he shows up and starts flexing even a little bit, Descaros will find him. And Descaros is not letting him go. Descaros is not... Actually, no. If Ichi... actually, this is actually a foolproof plan now. And I don't even think Uro fully understands it. Unless he knows about the Witch's contract. Because if Gokuraku were to kill Ichi right now, Descaros also dies. And then Uro genuinely could, like, diff Gokuraku and then live a good life. Like, he'd be fine. But, let's see. Kill the kid, and I'll be free. Then you can acquire me for yourself. Do that, and you'll be a witch. Yeah, right. Who's sticking around for that? I'm bucking it. Okay. So he's not even wrong. So that's the thing. He does not know about the contract. Because let me get. It's literally the next text bait. But I'm literally guessing he doesn't want to stick around because Descaros is nearby. With that fail brat dead, I'll be free. Not only that, but that annoying Descaros. Oh no! So he does know. See now. See, that's why I need that. Uro, I need that backstory, gang. I need that Kurama style backstory, bro. How do you know about that? I know he's been around for a while, so maybe he's seen the Master Student contract in action. But like, when you were interacting with witches enough to know that? With that fail brat dead, I'll be free. Not only that, but that annoyance Descaros will die too. We're talking a Grand Slam level miracle. We're talking a Grand Slam level miracle comeback win. I just have to dupe this idiot. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. He's about to annihilate him. Oh lord, Gokuraku, why you glaring at him like this? Wait, leave my boy alone. He didn't do anything. Okay, he did a lot of things wrong. He slaughtered a bunch of people, but he's the reason this verse scales above JJK. Wait. Let's see. God. Boom. Jeez, he beamed him. I didn't even know there was that much material for him to beam. That's actually crazy. Like, darn, that is so much Uro to splat everywhere. Darn, plat. Ah, jerk. Hey, what's your problem, huh? That's your one way of becoming a witch. I don't know. I can't exactly put my finger on why, but there's something about you. You remind me of this one filthy Majik that I know all too well. Sorry, I don't know where that voice came from. No. Yo, I'm gonna give it for him. Someone did say give him the Vexen voice. I can't, especially because I need to make sure that he is actually the scientist. If it's confirmed that Gokuraku is the scientist that did it to himself, I may give him the Vexen voice. But like, as much as I personally love the Vexen voice, I only give it to characters I don't think that are gonna appear too often. Not even because it's difficult, but because I have to consistently chain loop the intro. Like, I'm a scientist. Experiments what I do. Yes. But like, in order to maintain that voice, I need to keep speaking in that inflection. And it's not necessarily difficult like some of the other voices I do. But I just feel like it doesn't fit Gokuraku, the character. All that matters is that they may both be scientists and experiments what they do. Yes. But I'll keep that. I'll keep this more, the voice I just gave Gokuraku more. And once again, look at that. Look at the definition you can see through his design. And this is what I'm talking about. Remember what I mentioned earlier, how artists will typically use a pattern and then not change it within the folds of clothes, like it's just a brush. This pattern right here is one of those brush patterns. So like they did the general design, they colored in the black here, and then they just went over with a brush that was this pattern. This is replicable. This is normal. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This is not normal. This is code red. This is not normal. This is actually crazy. But let's see. That I know all too well. I know he wants to punch a guy. Is the guy a Majik? Or is this just like... Oh, then again, he hunts and brutalizes Majik, so maybe another one. A separate relation, but let's see. It was an egotistical, arrogant pest who looks down on humans and only ever thinks of itself. Let me guess, you're going to trick me and run, right? That was a lame little plot you had cooking in your skull. Ugh. Thinking about that darn Majik killed my mood. Now I'm ticked. That filth! That utter, total, complete piece of... Oh, he's tweet. Yeah, we're keeping this voice. I'm going to crush it. Literally, I'll crack open its skull, stomp its brains into mush, spill all its innards across the floor, strangle it with its own guts. I like it. I like it. Darn it, too worked up now. Let me splatter you another time or three. I honestly though, I mean the thing is though, I'll admit, this is gonna sound mad villain saga of me. I don't think, at least, have I like true like hatred, like vile. I've disliked people, but like even then that's a strong term because I'm lazy and my memory's bad. So like if I dislike you, give it like a week's time and I'll forget why I was even. even sometimes I've forgotten in a day when I'm mad at somebody. Like my memory is horrible, and I was just generally raised to be more positive. Thusly, being negative for an extended period of times or like hating somebody, it just has never clicked for me. I know some people who hold a grudge for a real long time. Can't be a boy. I just can't remember. Memory banks don't hold them. I got the memory of a goldfish, gang. So like I don't personally understand like extensive hatred, but I'll admit though, I have had my moments of straight like spike negative, like hard like 0 to a million. Like I was chilling, and then something horrifically annoying or disability or something happened, and I became visually angry for like 2 seconds. Like I almost get a little bit of it, but once I get extensive hatred, I don't know, I can't carry it. But then again, it is the Majik that did this to him, and he didn't want to be this way. Maybe there's a reason to be like that. But then again. Actually, no, because we've seen Majiks can possess humans, and Majiks can take humanoid form. So, maybe this is a humanoid Majik that did this to him. Let's see. Hey, what's this foolish Majik like? Tell me about it. He's just like, can I wait, I actually do have a knife. It's not really a knife, it's a Tonto. Well, actually, is it a Tonto? Tell me about it. We can hunt it. Together. Yeah. He's just like, we can do this. You and me. We can work together on this Gokuraku. We can become better. We can slay them all as one. Then again, I'm not sure if Ichi's like actually working on the assumption of trying to befriend Gokuraku because he was prophesied to become an ally, or if he's like evil Majik. Dangerous ability. Can we hunt him? Maybe a bit of both. Tell me about it. Oh, what a pretty place. It does look very nice. It reminds me of Ko from Manga. It's already, like, the aesthetic just reminds me of Ko. Let's see. Bakugami Mines, Residential District. The Joyous Country Bakugami. Yeah, it very much reminds me of Ko. Smaller than Ko, though, and a lot more mountainous than Ko. Let's see. It's just like, why are you here alone, Kabuki? Where's Deskadas? Aw. She probably has a baby. Let's see. It's just what you would expect from a famous tourist spot. So colorful. It's hilarious. I love it when things are so colorful in manga. Like they say like, look at how beautiful the colors of this area are, and then it's just straight black and white. Like I don't blame it. It's the medium, but still. Okay, first we have to report our acquisition of the Orikumo Majik. Let's see. Then we need to collect info on any Ichi sightings. I'll work it out. Cheer up, Master Deskadas. It is actually crazy that you let that. Like I don't know. And that's honestly why I wouldn't do it. I love Deskadas. I think he's a fantastic character. I like he's trying to take responsibility. I think there are going to be repercussions of her trying to replace her actual biological brother with Ichi. But all that aside, I'm not tying my life to anybody else. That's not in like a marriage sense. And like kids, obviously. Like obviously, once I marry somebody, my life is tied inextricably to them until something bad, like literally till death do us part. And then for my kids, they're literally me. Half me. But they're literally me. So obviously, I'm tied to them for eternity, and they're tied to me for eternity. Even if I suddenly up and vanish, they're still gonna be my kid. But to willingly sign my soul to someone else's, especially someone that's either drastically weaker than me or drastically more reckless than me, no. Like, I'll be your family in a non-literal sense. I'll be your homie. I'll be there forever. I'll take care of you. I'll feed you. Put clothes on your back. I'm not tying my heart to you, though. I'm not tying my soul. Not my life. Like, I'd be way too paranoid. And Descos is gloomy. I'd be freaking out. I'd be leveling I'm like, where's my son? Where's my boy? Let's see. It's over. I let them get away. I'm so dead. Literally. Yeah. That's the thing, Descos, why would you do that? It's a beautiful gesture, Descos. It is a beautiful gesture, and I love how happy you were to actually have family again, but like, the most short-sighted and idiotic thing you could have done. Of all the people to tie your life to, of all the people, I'd sooner tie it to Kamugi. I would sooner genuinely tie it to Kamugi. Because at least I know she'll mostly sit out of the way. She mostly won't put herself in danger. Let's see. Oh, Dad? Why? I'm sure it'll be okay. Calm down. Okay. Descos, you are the adult. Like, you are the adult in this area. Oh, my ear just started to buzz. Why? You gonna stop that? So I can take my finger out of my ear on camera? I'm not even gonna cut this out. Okay, that's weird. I'm gonna hold it there for a little bit because it's still ringing a little bit. Huh, strange. Let's see. But Descos, you are the adult in this scenario. If you don't hurry up and console this child and then find your other son, let's see. Oh, there you are. Ladies from the Manson Witches Association, I presume. We were informed you would be coming. An investigation into potential human hater Majik, correct? Potential? They captured and ate 3 people, Yang. Let's see. Yes. Potential, but we already acquired Origumo. Well, Ichi did. Yeah, but, you know, the prophecy specifically said a slumbering. Oh, wait. This is not Descos' voice. Hold on 1 second. It's because my ear's ringing. Like, I don't know about y'all, but slight things or slight alterations in my body either unlock or lock off certain traits. Like, fun fact, I don't like being sick because I feel drastically weaker and cannot do anything to my near max capacity. But I unlock, like, 4 new voices. Why? I don't know. It's just my voice goes into a different register. My larynx is offbeat or whatever from being sick. Okay. Whew. That's better. But my larynx gets locked off, but then suddenly it like unlocks new traits. I lose some voices. Obviously, I can't go as high when I'm sick, but like I get a lower register generally, and that allows me to poke and prod into voices I typically can't do. So like that is literally the only upside to ever being sick. Like now that I'm a full-grown adult, there's no upside to being sick. I don't want to use my sick days ever unless I'm like doing something actually viable. I don't want to actually use my sick days for being sick. I have such limited vacation. I want my sick days to be like days I can do productive stuff with. Gosh darn it. But in terms of being sick when recording, I get new voices. So that's fine. Let's see. But hold on, that wasn't Descos' voice. The prophecy specifically said a slumbering Majik. Origumo doesn't exactly fit that bill. Oh, then it was talking about some other human hater Majik? Presumably the same one. But then again, why would it be slumbering? Maybe Gokuraku interacted with it and then brutalized it so bad it went to sleep? I don't know. Let's see. That's the feeling I get. Yeah. Goodness. A human hater Majik in our country. What a terrifying thought. If only they could all be like Lord Bakugami, a peaceful Majik who does nothing but grant humans blessings and joy. Y'all named a country after a Majik? The joyous country Bakugami. You named a country after a Majik? I mean, it's possible. It's possible. What do we name? Why is America named after? I actually don't know. Let's see. Lord Bakugami? Interesting. So they don't even know. This way. Why am I looking? I know it's a tapier because that's what I think it's called a tapier. Hold on. Okay, my ear's still ringing. I don't know why it's doing this. Please, ear stop. Hold on. Let me lay down the Jingu Bang and let me pick up the Googler. I think it's called a tapier. The Pokemon or the animal that Musharna and well, not just Musharna. Musharna looks most like it, and Muna. Muna is literally just like a floating tapir. But it's, I believe, the inspiration for Drowsy in a way, because obviously the whole sleeping motif. I feel like Hypno kind of gives up the tapir inspiration though, because it goes more humanoid and long nosed. But then technically, the long nose technically still is a reference to the tapir. Yep, it's a tapir. So it is. It's a funny looking animal. It's like a. I think it's in the family of elephants. I think large herbivorous mammals. Hold on, let me just look up. I believe elephants are in this. Are tapir-related elephants. Strange animal confusing. People actually look at a combination of a pig and elephant, but it's actually an animal called tapir. Most closer to horses and rhinos, not pigs or elephants. Yeah, but in the Pokemon Muna and Musharna, along with the Drowsy, I believe, and technically Hypno, are all inspired by or based on tapirs, and they're typically associated with sleep for some reason. I don't know why, but this obviously is a very similar case where the Majik, based on the tapir, or takes the appearance of a tapir, is also slumbering. Let's see. Please offer your greetings. Allow me to introduce the most honored, most revered, blessed Slumber Majik, the great Lord Bakugami. I like the design though. Once again, I don't know. Shiro Uzazaki Sensei, you just don't miss. You like, and I don't ever want you to miss. Like keep dropping bangers, gang. But like, you just refuse to miss. Let's see. The great Lord Bakugami. But blessed slumber, a slumbering Majik. The Blessed Slumber, Majik, also called Lord Bakugami. To the people of the country of Bakugami, it wasn't merely a guardian deity, it was also a crucial pillar of their emotional support. Lord Bakugami, it is our sacred Majik, and one which guides our hearts to joy. It is both our god and our precious family. Honestly though, if Majiks were real, people would worship them. Undeniably. Like, there's no way. The way humans are worshipped in our world, and the way humans are feared and revered in our world. If there were actual creatures especially actual sentient creatures that could communicate with us of any great level of power, of course, they'd be attacked viciously, rampantly. Like, that aspect of Ichi the Witch, where women being the only ones who can attack and interact with Majiks, but they do hunt them and, like, tame them and seal them. Like, we do that too. But there definitely would be a large sect of people who would just immediately revere and glaze them to the moon and back. But hey, I don't blame them. Fully, I mean, I wouldn't, but still, like, I don't blame them, because, especially considering this one seems to grant blessings and stuff like that, and it's their pillar of emotional support. It's both our god and our precious family. Lord Bakugami saved us all. Okay, but what if someone tries to acquire Lord Bakugami? Oh, that's easy. We kill them. I swear if I turn the page and they say we kill them. Oh, that's easy. They'd be executed. Yo, but once again, look at this design, gang! Why? This is a random character without a name. This is a random character. Why do they look so clean? Why is this design so... I want to draw this guy. I want to draw this guy. I want to draw his... He's just so clean. Let's see. They'd be executed. To harm Lord Bakugami is to harm Bakugami as a whole. That's treason. They'd be beheaded on sight. We'd been suffering deep within the earth, but then our holy Majik came and rescued us all. In other words, Bakugami is our most revered savior. The worst parasite ever. Something tells me that Bakugami, especially if I'm going with the Hypno, Drowsy, Muna, Musharna inspirations and what they typically do, I'm assuming that Bakugami has an influence over humans based on their dreams and their emotions, typically, or even possibly their subconscious. Because I don't know about y'all, I don't actually dream that often. I used to have a lot of nightmares when I was younger, but like that stopped too. Typically, I just sleep, I pass out, and then I wake up. I don't know, like time flows by. I do knock, but I don't really dream all too often. But whenever I do dream, it is typically based off subconscious things. Like, I've dreamed a whole variety of things, from other people to living out entire days to nothing. Like, I don't know. I've been like aware that I'm dreaming, but then just chilling there. I don't know. I've never figured out lucid dream. I think I lucid dreamed like one time. I was like, I'm in control of this reality. Then my subconscious was like, never again, gang. We're not letting you do that. Stop having Dragon Ball battles in your sleep. You need to rest. But with that being the case, I'm assuming Bakugami has some sort of influence over that. And I do wonder what the blessings it gives out are in exchange. Presumably it consumes, I'm guessing it consumes negativity? Maybe? We'll see. The worst parasite ever. It's not the savior everyone makes it out to be. Yeah, it looks cute on the outside, but on the inside, that thing is a cutely wrapped bundle of concentrated feces. Darn! Alright, so maybe, but then again, it's sleeping. Does it wake up? Does it move? Ichan, please, help me acquire Bakugami, even if it means making an enemy of a whole country. But why though? Once again, that's the thing. I do want to see both sides. Because why do so many people worship it? What does it do, and what did it do to you specifically? Did it make you into this? I need to know. Uh-oh. Ew, we're going into its nose? Ah. Oh, so it is another humanoid okay, so this so interesting. So this Majik, presumably it's a Majik. Almost time. It's almost time, Lord World Hater. My God, my deity of destruction. In just a short time, I'll be able to massacre this whole country. Okay, so interesting. So it is mostly human. It is mostly human. Then I hope you'll praise me, Lord World Hater. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why this guy's decided immediately, and the glazing, it immediately made me want to give him that voice. But interesting. So this external manifestation is a creation of it, and it wants to destroy the entire country. Okay, so I wonder what it did to Gaslight Ichi being Girl Boss. Interesting though. Look at the hands. Unless those are meant to be gloves of some sort, it does seem to have non-human hands. So is it? And it only has 4 fingers. Though we know this is not just an art style thing. Each of the witch characters do have the traditional 5. So this is a Majik within a Majik. I'm assuming this is a creation of the Majik, maybe flesh, maybe not. And the reason it's slumbering, quote unquote, and doesn't do anything, just lays around, is in order to mask what's truly inside it. Now, I do wonder, what is this thing's role? Is this Bakugami itself? And if this is Bakugami, is it the reason that Gokuraku is the way that he is, or try to become the way that he is? And what is your trial? I mean, admittedly, obviously, I'm much more a fan of getting diverse and crazy with the Majik designs. I do like the many different beasts we've seen of Deskross's own wielding. I love the bell one we got last chapter, and the turtle. Toidle! I did love Toidle. But it is cool to have these multiple human Majik designs. And I like the fact that if this is meant to imply that it's not fully human, but close to it by the shape of these gloves and or the inhuman finger amount, I like to imagine the reason we're getting these more human-like designs, but they aren't perfectly human, is because the World Hater is supposed to be like the peak of human Majiks. Perfectly human in all sense, shape, and form. That's why it looked like a guy, like a regular guy, and could just walk around, no one would notice. Meanwhile, this thing needs to hide within the shape of a form because it is mostly human, but off-brand. So overall, I'm sorry, I've been here for so long, but an insanely W chapter, building up lore, building up connection, showing that obviously Gokuraku isn't stupid, showing that Uro still has motivations to escape, showing that he knows about the Master People contract one way or another, Ichi's own desire to possibly help or not help Gokuraku, the fact that they may have to go to war with an entire country. Oh, I'm so excited. So a W chapter. If you made it all the way to the end of this video though, please do me a favor and leave. You know, I have necro. Look at those in the back of my neck. But leave tapir. Tapir. It is Tapir. It is a funny little animal. It literally looks just like this thing. Just look up leave tapir in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do want to have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some of those perks include the live reactions, here are the series I happen to review, ad-free reactions of all my videos, and if you become a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I do a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You can drop 5 beans for a short video, 200 beans for a long video, or any beans at all, and any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to thank you to our sketch tier members: Greyhound, Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier XZ, Zeta, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Gyomi, Yuki Ally, Buddha Uda, Azo 2404, Planet Grown, G Prosper, and Striker Man. Then I'd like to thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Nirvana Igneel, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, and A+A. Then I'd like to give a big thank you to our ink tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly, A Uchiha, Carlo Alimo, and Grim. And I'd like to give a massive thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. Then I'd like to give a genuine thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Joaquin Munoz and Joaquin Munoz. And finally, I gotta give the biggest, juiciest, heftiest, and most meaty, sloppiest thank you to our glorious, ultimate That Guy with a Pencil tier patron, Calvin Elder.